When a function is called, the computer will run through the function's code and evaluate the result of calling the function. By default, that resulting value is undefined. Okay, so function rectangle area, the parameters passed to it is width and height. Then we start with the concise body, which is let area equal, which is a variable within the body, let area equal width multiplied by height, which are the parameters passed to the function. Then right after the body itself, console.log rectangle area. And then the argument, sorry, that's actually console.logging the function itself. And then there's an argument within that function, which is 5 and 7, which is the multiplication of 5 and 7, and that prints undefined. Okay, so in the code example, we defined our function to calculate the area of a width and height parameter. Then rectangle area is invoked with arguments 5 and 7. But when we went to print the results, we got undefined. Did we write our function wrong? No. In fact, the function worked fine and the computer did calculate the area as 35, but we didn't capture it. So how can we do that with the keyword return? So to pass back information from the function call, we use the return statement to create a return statement. We use the return keyword followed by the value that we wish to return, like we saw above. If the value is omitted, undefined is returned instead. So when a return statement is used in a function body, the execution of the function is stopped and the code that follows it will not be executed. Look at the example below. Function rectangle area, width and height as parameters. So within the concise body, if width is smaller than 0 or height is smaller than 0, return, you need positive integers to calculate the area. Or with just outside the body, return width and height, width multiplied by height. If an argument for width or height is less than 0, then rectangle area will return. You need a positive integers to calculate area. The second return statement, width multiplied by height, will not run. The return keyword is powerful because it allows functions to produce an output. We can then save the output to a variable for later use. So instructions, number 1, imagine if we needed to order monitors for everyone in an office. This office is conveniently arranged in a grid shape. We could use a function to help us calculate the number of monitors needed. Declare a function monitor count that has 2 parameters. The first parameter is rows and the second parameter is columns. Okay, so function monitor count. Whoops. And then now we're going to pass parameters. The first one is rows. The second one is columns. Okay. Right after that, we're going to start the concise body. Right, I'm just going to run this first. Okay, that's correct. Let's compute the number of monitors by multiplying rows and columns and then returning the value. In the function body of the function you just wrote, use the return keyword to return rows multiplied. So now we're going to return it immediately, rows. So we're taking the parameters and multiplying them against each other. Return rows multiplied by columns. Okay, so number 3. Now the function is defined. We can compute the number of monitors needed. Let's say that the office has 5 rows and 4 columns. Declare a variable named number of monitors. Use the const keyword and assign number of monitors the value of invoking monitor count with the arguments 5 and 4. All right, wow, that is, is it just, yeah, I get that. I just got that. So const num of monitors, right? So declare the variable and assign the monitor count right? The arguments 5 and 4. Right? I assume it's this. Yeah, apparently that's correct. To check, I'm actually surprised and that I actually listened properly. Yeah, I usually don't listen. Now I'm playing, guys. Let me move forward. Let me not make jokes here. So now we're invoking the rows and the columns, which is 5 and 4. Okay, that's good. So to check what the function worked, to check that the function worked properly, log number of monitors to the console. Okay, so now we're going to do a console.log, right? And we're going to log the variable num of monitors. Oops. Num of monitors, yeah. Let's run that quickly. As you can see, it took that monitor count and yeah, took the 5 and 4 parameters and multiplied them together as stipulated. But this is a very long way of doing this. There's a shorter format. Okay, let's move forward.